How we doing today, guys? So, guys, I was thinking about what I wanted to talk to you guys today about, and I just wanted to do a quick message to you guys. Some of you guys were asking about Airbnb investing, and I do Airbnb investing, and I love it. And I'll share some of those reasons with you on this video. Some pros and some cons to investing in Airbnbs. Right now, guys, I have about 6 Airbnbs. I'm looking to grow more. I've done both long-term and short-term. And, I think I prefer short-term. I think I prefer the Airbnb model. But I'm gonna give you guys these tips, or not tips rather, but pros and cons rather to Airbnb. And you guys leave a comment. Let me know, how Airbnb works for you guys. If you guys feel the same way I do. All right. So, pros. Let's start with the pros. One of the big reasons why I invest in Airbnbs is the monthly cash flow is more. You simply make more money doing Airbnbs versus long-term rental. In some cases, you make double. I know one of my condos, I could rent the thing for about $1,100 a month doing a traditional rental, but I make about $2,300 a month doing an Airbnb. And that's net. That's after everything's paid. That's a net, guys. So I make double on the thing. So that's one definite plus or pro to Airbnb investing. You make way more money, guys, if you do your numbers correctly. If you got a mortgage and you're paying HOAs and all this other kind of stuff, you got to do the numbers, guys. The numbers have to make sense. You have way more expenses when it comes to Airbnbs than you will with a traditional rental. Remember all your expenses that you got to pay. We'll do a video on that another day. Everything that's involved and all your expenses that you incur with your Airbnb. The second pro to Airbnb investing is the property stays in top-notch condition, guys. The property is being cleaned after every checkout. The property is being well maintained. If something breaks, you got to fix it before the next guest moves in. So the property is being constantly maintained, constantly clean. It's move-in ready. 5 years from now, the house will be, or the condo, house, whatever it is, will be move-in ready, guys, because you're constantly maintaining it. It's not like a rental where the tenant won't tell you the roof is leaking. And 2 years later, they move out and you go over there and the whole roof caved in. Now you got to do this whole big repair thing. So it's not like that. If there's something wrong with the Airbnb, you're going to fix it right away. You have to, because you got guests checking in. So that's a huge, huge, huge bonus. Your property stays in excellent condition. 5-10 years from now, it'll be in excellent condition, move-in ready. All right, the third pro is, as an Airbnb owner, guess what? You can stay there. You can say, you know what? I'm going to block my place off for, Labor Day weekend in Miami. Or if you got a place in New York, I'm going to block it off for New Year's Eve. I want to go to Times Square for New Year's Eve. You got that flexibility, guys. You can block your place off so that no one else is staying there. You don't have any guests staying there. and you can go enjoy the place for free. It's your place, guys. Friends or family. If friends or family, you wanna, let them stay there. If you got a friend that, a best friend or something that wants to go to New York, hey, here's the keys to my place. Make sure you just clean up after yourself. That's all I ask, but you have that flexibility. I have lots and lots of families and friends, my parents, they all come down just to stay at my places, and I welcome that. I'm happy when they stay there. They get to stay for free. So that's a huge, huge pro, guys. Now let's get to some of the cons. It can be a lot. One of the first cons is it can be a lot to manage. Airbnbs are not like traditional. If something breaks, you got to get somebody over there as soon as possible. Sometimes your cleaning team, they aren't able to get over there. So now you got to find another cleaner. In some cases, you got to pay somebody to keep the lawn maintained. There's a lot of accounting involved with Airbnbs as well. You got to make sure you pay the county bed tax. At least in my county, you do. So it can be a little bit of a challenge as far as the management of it. Somebody damages something in the property, breaks the bed frame or something, guess what? Now you out hustling and trying to get another bed in there before your next guest checks in. So these are all real challenges, guys. I remember I had a hot water heater go out, and I had a guest checking in. I had to pay the plumber just about double to install one within, short notice, real quick, just to be able to meet my deadline for that check-in for that next guest. So these are some of the challenges, guys. It can be a lot more to manage if you're managing it yourself. Let me put that caveat in there. Now, if you have a property management company managing it for you, then it's easy, it's a breeze. And that leads me to my next con, which is it is super expensive if someone else manages it for you. It's going to cost you anywhere from 20, maybe even up to 35% of your gross revenue, guys, to have someone else manage it for you. That's a big chunk out of your pockets every month. That's a con. Of course, again, you can manage it yourself, but there are some management challenges, guys. If you're not careful, that thing will turn into a job real quick and keep you busy. So be careful with that one. The last con of Airbnb investing is they're hard to find, guys. They're hard to find for the right price in the right location. The right price that, you'll cash flow, you'll make a lot of money. It's hard to find those properties that fits that mold to where you're cash flowing properly. And it's hard to find a location too, sometimes, because Airbnbs have to be in the right location. So those are some challenges there, with respect to Airbnbs, guys. But I'm all in on Airbnbs. I'm trying to buy more. However you can get them, guys, whether it's Airbnb arbitrage. Me, myself, I prefer to actually buy my own Airbnb properties. But however you can get your hands on them, guys, I would highly advise, well, I'm not advising you, but my personal opinion would be to invest in Airbnbs, guys. As long as you know what you're doing, as long as it cash flows, as long as you got the right management in place, if you don't want to manage it yourself, go ahead and get started. All right, guys? So leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys got any Airbnbs, what kind of challenges, pros and cons you guys have with your personal Airbnbs. All right, guys, like I always say, if a country boy like me from Alabama can do it, certainly you can do it, guys. Get out there, get busy. We'll see you on the next one.